protektado with unique toothpaste maximum fluoride protection. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Santon Plus Coffee Mix.
Ako si Spyro, isa akong fitness coach. Kasali sa workout routine ko ang Santon Plus Coffee Mix. Gusto kong kombinasyon ng soya, malunggay at santon. Suwabe sa lalamunan.
Santon Plus Coffee Mix. Kape na, gamot pa. Mabibili sa mga butika.
Boom, papaya. White rose papaya. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boom, puti ka. In 7 days, oh yeah, 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 yeah. White rose papaya.
New White Rose Papaya. May double whitening ng papaya extracts and vitamin B3. Clinically proven magpaputi in as early as 7 days with regular use.
Boom, puti ka. White rose papaya. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Papaya puti, papaya fast. White Rose Papaya with vitamin B3. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Tuhod, siko, baywang, aray! Pag laging pasan ang sakit sa kasukasuan, sign na yan ng arthritis o joint deterioration. Karaniwan kapag nagkakaedad na, kailangan ng tibay at ginhawang makakapitan. Kaya ng artrisin yan. May undenatured type 2 collagen at methylsulfonyl methane na maaaring makatulong protektahan ang kalusugan ng kasukasuan. Make the right move. Uminom ng artrisin araw-araw. Mabibili ang artrisin sa mga leading drugstores nationwide. Mahalagang paalala, ang artrisin ay hindi gamot at hindi maaaring gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Ang mga pinagkakatiwalaan na personalidad handa ng makasama at mapakinggan sa kanilang mga bagong programa, mga bagong oras, mabilis na balita at serbisyo publiko. Abangan sa radyo at online.
Pagtulong, pagtabang, tatak RMN.
Dito sa DZXL News, 558 kHz, RMN Manila.
Yan ang tatak RMN. RMN.
Ito ang DZXL News. 558 kHz. 6 na dekadang maaasahan sa balita at serbisyo publiko. Ang himpilan ng RMN Network sa Mega Manila. Live sa radyo at online.
Oras 11:08.
Ang programang sumisentro sa pagtulong, paglilingkod at pagkalinga. Sentro Serbisyo. Kahit saan mang panig ng bansa o maging sa ibayong dagat, abot ang serbisyo. Sentro Serbisyo. Sentro Serbisyo. Kasama si Jenny Pahilanga. Sentro Serbisyo sa DZXL News. Live sa radio at online. Sentro Serbisyo.
Magandang lalaki at magandang babae po kayo sa umagang ito. And it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Dito po sa amin sa Atlanta Center, Annapolis Street, Green Hills ay maaraw at maganda ang panahon. Naku, teka muna. Di ko napakatatagalin. Kasama ko ang ating CSR Manager, aking co-host for this morning, Sir Patrick Aurelio, ating CSR Manager ng RMN Foundation. Sir Patrick, good morning.
Maayong buntag sa tanan po, marahay na aga, and good morning po sa lahat, Ma'am Jenny, sa lahat po naman nakikinig po sa atin. Kumusta po kayo? And it's nice to be back again, Ma'am Jenny.
Yes, and alam mo, Sir Patrick, batiin natin yung mga taga Luzon natin, ng mga radyoman.
Actually, Ma'am, kaya nga po ako nagdadialect dahil nandito po ang ating mga RMN station mula po sa Luzon. Nandiyan po ang Dagupan, ang Vigan, ang Baguio, ang Naga, ang Lucena, ang ating mga
Luzon, no?
Kawayan Isabela. So, kompleto dahil meron po silang mga activity na ginagawa dito sa head office.
Lahat ba yan nalibot mo na, Sir Patrick?
Opo, mga nakasama ko na po sila. So, maraming sa public service po ng RMN Foundation. So, welcome po dito po sa Metro Manila.
Ang saya, no?
3 days po sila dito.
3 days may seminar.
May seminar po sila. Hopefully, mag-enjoy po kayo dito sa ating head office.
Of
Ayan
course
po.
naman. At kanina dito sila, ang saya. Sir Patrick,
Oo
pag
nga eh.
nakita-kita.
Nakakatuwa kasi nakikita ko lang po sila pag pumupunta kami para dun sa
Correct.
mga public service natin sa bawat station.
Ang ano ko talaga sinusubaybayan ko palagi si sorry ha, si Rajuman Bernard Ver.
Sa mga veterano nating radyoman, anchor reporter po dyan sa Ilocos region.
Oo naman, ayan. At siyempre, ngayon po marami kaming pag-uusapan dahil inilaan po natin ang umagang ito ng Friday. It's June 27, last Friday.
My God, Ma'am Jenny, mag-July na po at matatapos na po ang kalahati ng taon.
Totoo ba to? Parang nananaginip lang ako. July na pala
July na
sa
po at
Tuesday.
nararamdaman ko na naman po ang ating mga paparating na bagyo pero hopefully wala naman masyadong
In Jesus' name.
malaking impact itong mga bagyo natin na paparating.
And mamaya, Sir Patrick, we will have our announcement of mga blessings ng mga nanalo natin sa Golden Dove.
Sa 28 Golden Dove Award.
Oo, mamaya yan. So for the
Nakakatawa.
meantime, Sir Patrick, papasukin muna natin ang report na ating mga radyoman. At marami ko kaming pag-uusapan ngayon ni Sir Patrick Aurelio, ating CSR Manager from RMN Foundation. Mga Pilipino sa Iran patuloy na hinihimok ng Philippine Embassy na sumailalim sa voluntary repatriation sa harap ng anunsyo ng DFA na hindi muna sila magbababa ng alert level doon. Detalye ng balitang yan mula kay XL Radyo Mandos, Joyce Adra.
DZXL Radyoman Report.
Patuloy na hinihimok ng Philippine Embassy sa Iran ang mga Pilipino doon na sumailalim sa voluntary repatriation. Kasunod ito ng anunsyo ng Department of Foreign Affairs na wala pa silang balak na ibaba sa alert level 2 ang Iran. Ito ay bagamat pinag-aaralan na ng DFA na ibaba sa alert level 2 ang Israel. Una nang inanunsyo ng DFA na inirekomenda na ng Philippine Embassy sa Tel Aviv na ibaba sa alert level 2 ang Israel. Sa ngayon halos 500 na mga Pilipino sa Israel ang binibigyan ng ayuda ng Embahada ng Pilipinas. 140 sa mga ito ang nawalan ng tirahan matapos tamaan ng missile ng Iran. Kasama mo sa DZXL Manila, Radyoman Joyce Collantes, Adra, Tatak, RMN.
Maraming salamat, Korean nationals na sangkot sa online loan fraud scheme arestado ng NBI at Bureau of Immigration sa Parañaque City. Detalye ng balitang yan mula kay Axel Radyo Manueve Chil Emprido.
DZXL Radyoman Report.
Radyoman Jenny, arestado nga itong siyam na Korean national na umano'y sangkot sa loan fraud sa ginawang operasyon niya ng Bureau of Immigration at National Bureau of Investigation. Ayon sa Bureau of Immigration, 2 dayuhan lamang ang target sana nilang mahuli sa nasabing operasyon. Ngunit naasuhan ng mga ito na nagsasagawa ng iligal na aktibidad gamit ang isang scam platform. Dito natuklasan ng mga pay-written script na ginagamit para sa online transaction na nambibiktima sa labas ng bansa. Samantala, kasalukuyan namang nasa Bureau of Immigration Warden Facility ang mga banyaga at inaayos na ang kanilang deportation proceedings. Kasama mo sa lungsod ng Parañaque, Radyo Manueve Chil Emprido, Tatak RMN, DZXL 558.
Ayan, maraming salamat. Naku, natutuwa naman ako, Sir Patrick. Please do the honor, batiin natin yung ating mga nasa Luzon, mga radyoman. Oo. Sir, yung mic mo. Ayan.
Sorry po, na-overwhelm po ako. Marahay na aga po sa ating pong team po mula po sa Bicol Region. Si Radyoman, ang ating isang mga veteranong Radyoman dyan sa Bicol
sa
po.
Bicol.
Si Ma'am Grace Innocentes at saka si Sir Kevin. Ayun po. And of course, nandiyan ang ating station manager mula po sa the newest station po natin sa Quezon, sa IFM Lucena.
Yes.
Si Sir Eros po. Hi,
Hello, Sir Eros.
Welcome to Manila po. Ayan po. Natutuwa po kasi kami mga kasama dahil po ang ating mga radio stations po na team mula po sa Luzon ng RMN po ay nandito po ngayon sa Metro Manila.
Marhay na aga po. Ayan, sa
aga
ating
po.
mga taga Bicol. Marhay na aga. Swerte ko naman, ikaw yung kasama ko ngayon.
Mas maswerte po ako dahil nandito kasama niyo po ako.
Hindi kasi memorize mo, Sir Patrick.
Opo, kasi ma'am, di ba po ang RMN Foundation ay lumilibot po sa buong Pilipinas kung nasaan po ang RMN station. At doon po natin dinadala yung mga serbisyo po ng RMN po.
Correct. At
Through
kasama,
RMN
of course, our station manager, Sir Rod Marcelino.
And of course, ang ating
Busy.
busy po ang ating Radyoman Rod Marcelino po.
Naman.
Ang
Okay.
DZXL. Opo.
Thank you, Sir Patrick. Huwag natin pakatagalin pa. Please do the honor. Ating mga pag-uusapan ngayon and nasa Zoom na natin. Live via Zoom ang ating panauhin, Sir
Ma'am
Patrick.
Jenny, alam mo ba na bukod po sa celebration po na ngayong June na ating sineselebrate ay dahil this coming July naman po ay i-discuss naman po natin ano nga ba yung mga celebration na magaganap po. Ayon po sa Proclamation Presidential Proclamation 299 Series of 2000, nung panahon po ito ni dating Pangulong Joseph Estrada, meron pong tinatawag na Corporate Social Responsibility Week na kung saan sineselebrate po o nagkakaroon po ng CSR Week tuming first week of July. Para sa kaalaman po ng lahat, ang corporate social responsibility po, ito po yung inisyatibo o business model po ng mga kumpanya na kung saan hindi lang po business ang ginagawa po nila, kundi nagbibigay din po sila ng mga inisyatibo na makakatulong po sa kapaligiran, sa lipunan, sa komunidad, na kung saan ay nagkakaroon po ng magandang imahe ang kanilang mga negosyo. So, isa rin po dito ang RMN Networks na meron pong corporate social responsibility arm, which is ang RMN Foundation. So, para talakayin po ito, makakasama po natin ang League of Corporate Foundations na kung saan ito po ay isang network o isang malaking network na member po ang lahat ng mga corporate social responsibility gaya po ng RMN Foundation. Live po via Zoom conference po ang ating chairperson, si Mr. Shem Garcia, and siya rin po ang executive director ng Vivan Foundation. Maayong buntag, Sir Shem Garcia. Are you live from Cebu now ba or nandito ka sa Metro Manila, sir?
No, I'm in Cebu. I'll be flying in on Monday for the conference.
Ayan, live po tayo with Radyoman Jenny Pahilanga,
Hi, Sir Shem. Good morning. How are you today?
Good. Thank you for having us on your program. Very excited to talk about the expo and conference coming up.
It is our pleasure, Sir Shem. Now, I would like to ask my first question, Sir Shem, of course. What is the theme and the objective of this year's conference? We would like to know more about that, sir.
So yeah, the theme this year is diversity, equity, and inclusion for shared prosperity. So I know that's a lot of lingo that's very much a part of the business world that we've been seeing more, but might not be as familiar for the general public. So basically what it is this idea that we've seen the Philippine economy grow even despite the setbacks of the pandemic. But we have been one of the stronger economies. But as the wealth has grown, we haven't seen everybody benefiting from it. So the idea behind this is that as the Philippines continues to grow, that the wealth and that the benefits of that growth will be felt by more people, especially those that are usually left behind because they're part of a minority group.
Napakaganda ng sinabi ni Sir Shem. Ang tema ngayon po ay diversity, equity, and inclusion. So lahat po kabilang po dito. Sir Shem, what are the activities that we can expect po dito po sa Expo CSR natin po sa darating po na July 1 to 3 po?
Yeah, so we actually, it's one event, but there's sort of two main things happening at the same time. So from July 1 to 3 at the Dusit Tani is the conference. And, as with every year, we will be having some inspirational speakers. Our keynote speaker on the first day is going to be Senator Risa Hontiveros, who does a lot of work with women, children. She's passed bills to, increase maternity leave, which is a big part of equity for women in the workplace. And we also have Karen Davila closing the ceremony, who will be speaking in her capacity as UN Women's local ambassador. So and both cases we've mentioned women, but we're going to have discussions in all 7 of our categories, which include like education and health. So we'll be talking about education and having a panel there, and about how education can be more inclusive for students with learning disabilities, or to make schools more accessible to students with physical disabilities. Meanwhile, we will also be having the expo itself from July 1 to 2 at the Glorieta, right in the middle. And so that one is open to the public, so that the public can have a more in-depth understanding of diversity, equity, and inclusion. and how they can also contribute. We'll be having a lot of exhibitors, and we'll also be having activities on the stage at the Glorieta.
Wow, Sir Shem, no? Sir Patrick,
Yes,
ang dami.
nakakatuwa po yung taon-taon po namin ginagawa na Expo CSR Expo ng League of Corporate Foundation. Actually, yung sinasabi po ni Sir Shem po, ako po sa mga nag-host nung sa Glorieta po, and si Sir Aiki Canoy po ang ating Vice President for Operation
Sir
po.
Aiki, hello.
Siya po ang naging official host, MC po ng last po. And this year po, siya ulit po ang official Expo host po natin.
Galing.
At ang RMN Networks po ang official media partner po.
Of course.
Isa sa mga official media partner po ng Expo.
Yeah, so your foundation
CSM.
has always been contributing to the League of Corporate Foundations as a whole. So, we're quite familiar with each other already, and we've even traveled to other parts of the Philippines in spreading knowledge about corporate social responsibility.
Nako, thank you, Sir Shen, for trusting RMN Networks and RMN Foundation. Ma'am Jenny, any questions you want to ask?
Yeah,
Sir
it's our
Shem?
pleasure, Sir Shema, to be a part of the League of Corporate Foundation, with RMN Foundation. Now, Sir Shema, we'd like also to know, what is the different from this conference this year, 2025, from the last year's conference and expo that we have?
Well, what we always try to do is try to link each year as it comes along so that every individual year can stand on its own, but actually leads into other discussions. So last year, it was about how technology can improve ESG, which is environment, social, and governance, within companies, as well as improve CSR. And one of the big discussions that had a lot of interest among the attendees there was about how technology could bridge the gap, particularly with people with disabilities. But, the conversation kept on rolling when we were trying to think of a theme this year. And that's how we ended up with diversity, equity, and inclusion, was because it was a subtopic last year. It was an area where a lot of our members and a lot of the attendees had a lot of very positive feedback. So, we really wanted to build on that this year. So we touched on it last year, and this year is a much more in-depth dive. And what we're going to do next year, we haven't decided yet, because that's going to happen from what we hear back from the attendees about what they like and what they would like to learn more about.
So you ask also what would be the good topic or theme for the next year from the members, Sir Patrick.
Tama kayo, Ma'am Jenny. Sa kaalaman po ng lahat, yung pong topic po na dinidiscuss every year po, depende po ito dun sa suggestion po ng Sir Shem, ilan nga po pala ang ating members, just to clarify lang po. Yung how many members ba tayo ngayon po sa League of Corporate Foundation, na yun po yung kinoconsolidate natin ng mga information para yun yung mga magiging next na topic natin sa susunod na mga expo.
Currently, it's 93. We'll be inducting a couple more next week during the expo.
Ayan. Ma'am Jenny, 93 members po ng mga corporate foundations po. Ito po yung mga lalaking
from the entire nation, the whole Philippines.
Yes po, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Isa nga po sa Visayas po ng mga company po ay ang Vivan, na kung saan po ay nire-represent po ni Sir Shem through Vivan Foundation po. And tama, Sir Shem, itong ating expo po ay sinusuportahan po ito ng mga, hindi lang po ng mismong members po natin. May mga members pa po ba o outside from the LCF po ang susuporta po. Bukod sa nabanggit yung ng mga keynote speakers po natin, meron pa po ba tayong mga ine-expect na mga participants po mula po sa outside ng LCF po?
Well, yeah, because we do want to recognize that the League of Corporate Foundations is about coming together to improve our knowledge and improve our projects. But we also recognize that, good CSR isn't limited to the 93 members that we have. We'd always like to encourage more to join, but that's also why last year we started a medal of recognition for projects outside of the league to go alongside our League Guild Awards, which is also taking place next week. And this is a recognition of the best projects, both within the league and outside of the league, in the case of the medal of recognition, for the best CSR projects that have taken place over the past year. And this year, it's very encouraging that that probably more than half of our finalists are programs that include diversity, equity, and inclusion in the program itself. So taking our entry as an example, we've been doing school electrifications with solar for a long time in far-off communities. But this year we submitted the project that we completed with an indigenous school down in Mindanao, in Bukidnon, which RMN actually joined us for when we had the opening.
Natatanda ko nga po yan eh. Isa talaga sa mga advocacy ng Vivan Foundation in makapagbigay ng sustainable na electricity po sa mga far-flung areas na hindi naaabot pa rin po hanggang ngayon yung mga last mile schools. Tama, Sir Shem, no? So talagang saksi po ang RMN natin dyan na talagang sa mga advocacy ng Vivan Foundation. Ma'am Jenny, natutuwa tayo kasi nandito si Sir Shem, nagdi-discuss about sa mga advocacy po ng mga bawat foundation po. At kami po sa RMN Foundation tayo, Ma'am Jenny, very honored tayo kasi yung mga partners po natin, yung mga achievement po natin, hindi natin magagawa yung kung hindi yung mga members din po ng mga League of Corporate Foundation, sir. And ganoon din for sure sila, Sir Shem. Hindi lang po sila ang gumagawa ng sarili nila within their foundation. Kasi yung purpose po ng LCF is collaboration and partnership. Tama ba ako, Sir Shem?
Yeah, I mentioned the Guild Awards just recently, and we have 7 committees within the League of Corporate Foundation, and all of these committees are set up in order to do collaborative impact. So, we have education as the largest one, health, disaster resilience, plus 4 others. So, each of those is a category. Each of those is a category for the Guild Awards, but the most special award in the Guild Awards is the collaborative impact, where it's about projects where 2 or more members come together, to bring our different areas of expertise to make better projects.
Ma'am Jenny, gusto ko lang i-share na si RMN Foundation doon sa 7 pong committee po na kinabibilangan po ng doon sa LCF. Member po tayo ng Committee on Disaster Resilience at saka po Committee on Arts and Culture. Yun po. Sir Shem, ang Vivan po ba, saan po ba nakabilang ang Vivan Foundation ng committee?
I think we're in 4 of them. We started in education, but we're also in disaster resilience, health, and environment.
Okay. Sir Patrick, we would have more of Shem, Sir Shem Garcia, as the Executive Director and of the Vivant Foundation, and Chairperson of League of Corporate Foundation. We would have more of you, Sir Shem. We'll just pause for a break, sir, if you may. Let's just have a commercial break. Sir Patrick, marami pa tayong pag-uusapan. Huwag po kayong alis, mga kasama. Magbabalik pa rin po ang Sentro Serbisyo makalipas lamang ang ilang mga paalaala. Oras natin, 11:28.
That time check was brought to you by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
That time check was brought to you by Bingo Plus. Bingo sa saya, plus sa panalo.
That news was brought to you by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Tuhod, siko, baywa, aray! Pag laging pasan ang sakit sa kasukasuan, sign na yan ng arthritis o joint deterioration. Karaniwan kapag nagkakaedad na, kailangan ng tibay at ginhawang makakapitan. Kaya ng artrisin yan. May undenatured type 2 collagen at methylsulfonyl methane na maaaring makatulong protektahan ang kalusugan ng kasukasuan. Make the right move. Uminom ng artrisin araw-araw. Mabibili ang artrisin sa mga leading drugstores nationwide. Mahalagang paalala, ang artrisin ay hindi gamot at hindi maaaring gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Mula sa number 1, Smart Dishwashing Paste.
Tanggaling-galing mo. Smart dishwashing paste ko. Pritong ulam na masebo, plato at kaldero. Tanggaling for everyday.
Ganyan pag Smart ang dishwashing paste. May double tanggaling formula. Tanggal galing ang sebo at bakterya.
Bahid para walang bahid, linis fantastic sa metal at plastic. Number 1 ko to. Tanggaling-galing mo. Smart dishwashing
dishwashing paste.
Heavy duty linis bawat pahid.
Smart dishwashing paste, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Santon Vitamin C, ang alkaline no vitamin C.
Ako si Fiona, isang high school teacher. Sobrang stress lagi ako sa klase. Pero nang sinubukan ko ang Santon Vitamin C, naging ganado ako sa pagtuturo at nagkaroon pa ako ng time sa aking anak.
Santon Vitamin C, ang alkaline no vitamin C. Bibili sa pinakamalapit na butika sa inyong lugar.
Maulan man, no worries na amoy kulob ang damit.
Charm Fabcon, bangong kumakabloom, tanggal amoy kulob sa bango ng Charm.
Charm Fabcon with Bloom Fresh technology. Kills 99.9% of kulob-causing bacteria tested. May aroma burst pa of thousands of flowers and berries.
Ang sampay sa loob, no amoy kulob.
Bangong kumakabloom sa Charm.
Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Araw-araw, MX3 para MX-Extraordinary. With alpha, beta, gamma na sangkap nito. Tunay, original at natural na suplemento. With MX3, so coffee and tea. With MX3, it's for you and me. With MX3, dito ako bilib.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Be extraordinary with MX3.
All the way from Liverpool, England, four lads, the Mersey Beatles, performs all classic hits of the legendary The Beatles on July 4, 8 p.m. at the theater at Solaire. The Mersey Beatles have been rocking sold-out audiences around the globe since 1999. And they are today rightly regarded as the world's best-loved Liverpool-born Beatles tribute. Buy your tickets now. Available at Ticket World and Solaire box office. This event is brought to you by DMC Philippines, Midas Hotel and Casino, and DZXL 558.
Sa panahon ngayon, kau ba'y sigurado? Kau ba'y protektado? Ang pamilya ay i-shield mo. Laban sa bakterya, i-shield mo. Laban ng patibay, i-shield mo.
Shield Bath Soap. Patay ang 99.9% of bacteria and virus tested. Bilib ang mga eksperto sa Philippine Nurses Association.
Sa sakit protektado, i-shield mo. Pamilya protektado, i-shield mo.
Shield Bath Soap, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Tuhod, siko, baywang, aray! Pag laging pasan ang sakit sa kasukasuan, sign na yan ng arthritis o joint deterioration. Karaniwan kapag nagkakaedad na, kailangan ng tibay at ginhawang makakapitan. Kaya ng artrisin yan. May undenatured type 2 collagen at methylsulfonyl methane na maaaring makatulong protektahan ang kalusugan ng kasukasuan. Make the right move. Uminom ng artrisin araw-araw. Mabibili ang artrisin sa mga leading drugstores nationwide. Mahalagang paalala, ang artrisin ay hindi gamot at hindi maaaring gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Boom, papaya, white rose papaya, yeah, yeah, yeah. Boom, puti ka in 7 days, oh yeah, 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 yeah. White rose papaya.
New White Rose Papaya. May double whitening ng papaya extracts and vitamin B3. Clinically proven magpaputi in as early as 7 days with regular use.
Boom, puti ka, white rose papaya, yeah, 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 yeah.
Papaya puti, papaya fast. White Rose Papaya with vitamin B3. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Maglaro sa Bingo Plus app para tuloy-tuloy ang premyo at saya. At malay mo mapanalunan mo pa ang jackpot prize sa first online live stream bingo sa Pinas. Bingo Plus. Bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming for 21 years old and above only. Visit pagcor.ph/regulatory or email keepitfun@pagcor.ph. Game responsibly. Keep it fun.
Download Bingo Plus app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Visit bingoplus.com to learn more. With Bingo Plus, bingo sa saya plus sa panalo. Gaming is for 21 years old and above only. Game responsibly. Keep it fun.
DZXL 558. DZXL News, ang himpilan ng RMN.
Oras po natin, 11:34. Babalikan po natin si Sir Patrick and Sir Shem na ating RMN Foundation and League of Corporate Foundation, Sir Patrick. But bago yan mga kasama, alam nyo ba na mas importante ang ating kalusugan? At para maiwasan po natin ang mga sakit, dapat epektibo na food supplement ang kailangan, Santon Plus Gold. Mas pinahusay po yan, mas pinagaling, mas pinabisa dahil meron po itong extracted na mangosteen, malunggay, ampalaya, garlic at spirulina. Kaya mas epektibong makatutulong sa diabetes, maruming dugo, hypertension, pamamaga, bukol at iba pa. Mag-Santon Plus Gold. Para po sa inyong reservation, tanong at order, tumawag o mag-text sa DZXL 558 RMN Manila, Santon Gold Hotline 0927-499-1276. Available din po ang Santon Plus Gold sa mga sumusunod: Mercury Drugstores nationwide, Watson's Pharmacy nationwide, All Green Pharmacy Vista Mall, All Day RX Vista Mall, Generica Drug, Southstar Drug nationwide, TGP Pharmacy, Lazada, Shopee at Yes to Health 2011. Sir Patrick, papasukin ko lang ating mga radyoman. Dating Congressman Teves inoobligang dumalo sa arraignment para sa kasong murder. Detalye ng balitang yan mula kay Axel Radyoman 8, Eman Mortega.
DZXL Radyoman Report.
Radyoman Jenny, ipinagutos nga ng Manila Regional Tri-Court Branch 12 ang pagharap ni dating Negros Oriental Congressman Arnolfo Teves Jr. sa arraignment at pre-trial sa darating na Hunyo at 30, 2025 sa ganap na alas 8:30 ng umaga. Batay sa utusan nilabas ni Presiding Judge Renato Enciso, kinilalang pag-aresto kay Teves noong May 29 na mga tauhan ng NBI Cybercrime Division at Special Task Force kung saan ang dating mamabatas ay pansamantalang nakakulong sa BJMP Bikutan sa Taguig City. Inutusan din ng korte ang NBI na iharap ang akusado sa petsa ng pagdinig habang ipinapaalala din sa testigong si Luciana Pialago Bato mula sa Seattle Negros Oriental na humarap sa parehong araw. Si Teves ay naharap kasama ang ilang pang-akusado sa kasong murder na naganap noong 2019 kung saan kabilang din ang nangyaring pag-ambush sa dating ahente ng NBI. Nakatakda naman maghain ng motion to defer all scheduled proceedings ang kampo ni Teves dahil giit nila na patuloy pa itong nagpapagaling matapos ngang maoperahan. Kasama mo sa lungsod ng Maynila, Radyoman 8, Eman Mortega, Tatak RMN, DZXL 558.
Maraming salamat. Mga tanggapan ng pamahalaan dapat bumuo ng HIV at AIDS Workplace Policy ayon sa CSC. Detalye mula kay Axel Radyoman 7, Mike Goyagoy.
DZXL Radyoman Report.
Inagpasa ng Civil Service Commission ang lahat ng mga government agencies na magpatupad ng HIV and AIDS workplace policies. Hinimok din ng CSC mga sangay ng pamahalaan na regular na makipag-ugnayan sa Department of Health at Philippine National AIDS Council o PNAC para masiguro na mga empleyado ay may access sa HIV at AIDS testing prevention, care treatment at counseling naman para sa mga persons living with HIV. Kinakailangan na sumunod ang mga government agencies sa data privacy at pinatitik ang confidentiality ng employees' medical records at information bilang pagtalima na rin sa Data Privacy Act of 2012. Sa klaw ng bagong pulisiyan, lahat ng mga government employees kahit anumang appointment status sa lahat ng sangay at agencies ng gobyerno. Kasama na national government agencies, local government units, state colleges and universities at mga government-owned and controlled corporation. Pinagsusumite ang mga nabanggit HIV/AIDS Prevention and Control Report sa PNAC kada taon. Kasama mo sa Quezon City, Radyo Manchete, Mike Bravo at RMN, DZXL 558.
Balik po tayo, Sir Patrick, with Sir Shem. Sir Shem, good morning again. Hello.
Good morning.
Sir Shem. Thank you for waiting,
Yeah,
Sir Shem.
mic mo, Sir Patrick. Ayan.
Again, thank you for waiting, Sir Shem.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you.
for keeping me on.
Yeah. Sir Patrick, gusto ko lang malaman, of course with Sir Shem now, ano po ang, natin, nakukuha po, nagiging bahagi ng League of Corporate Foundations po with the RMN Foundation ngayon?
Kami, Ma'am Jenny, as bilang one of the active members ng League of Corporate Foundation, natutuwa kami doon sa inisyatiba ng LCF. Pag may mga activities na pinapagawa ang LCF, jumo-join tayo. Dahil dito nagkakaroon ng chance yung every organization na magkaroon ng mag-share ng mga ideas, networking, collaboration, partnership. Majority nga ng mga projects natin galing sa mga collaboration ng mga members natin. Siguro, babagiti ko na lang din na Sir Shem, na partner din natin sa relief operation namin sa RMN Foundation, ang Metrobank Foundation, which is one of the members po. So isa lamang po yun sa mga na pag-uusapan kapag po may mga ganitong klase ng gathering, conference. Actually, hindi lang every July. Halos every month, meron kaming mga meeting kasi may kanya-kanya kaming mga committee. So doon kami nakakapag-update, doon kami nakakapagbigay ng idea. So as in talagang tulong-tulong dito. Kumbaga yung lakas ng isang organization, lakas ng lahat ng organization. Tama ba ako, Sir Shem?
Right, Sir Shem?
Yeah, and also next week isn't the only time for learning among our membership. It's kind of the big one in the capital that we're required to do by law, and we're happy to do. But we also have, smaller training sessions throughout the year. We have a CSR Institute, and also we go around to other parts of the Philippines as well to teach local businesses about how they can improve their CSR. I mentioned in the first part of my interview that Pat and I have traveled in different parts of the country together, and one of those instances was teaching the businesses in Jensan about CSR and how they can do more in working with their communities. So Pat was also a sharer for that event, as well as myself being a teacher.
Wow. Yung sinasabi ni Sir Shem, Ma'am Jenny, ito yung tinatawag naming CSR on the go. So isa sa mga ginagawa namin, pumupunta kami sa bawat province para ipakilala yung mga initiative ng LCF, at the same time mag-invite din ng mga gusto maging bahagi ng LCF para ipakilala ano nga ba yung tungkulin ng corporate social responsibility sa society at paano siya nakakatulong bilang pribadong sektor sa pamahalaan.
Yung mga negosyo, nation building, tumulong kasama din doon.
Yes,
Sir
kasi
Patrick?
syempre, ang mga miyembro, Sir Shem, di ba, ng ating league ay mga foundation na kung saan ay nakakaakibat or nakaangkla po sa isang corporation or foundation. So tama ko, Sir Shem, no? Ang majority ng ating mga members ay mga foundation na kung saan ay mga CSR ng isang mga corporate or company. Yun yung pagkakaiba. Ang tanong kasi kanina ni Ma'am Jenny, paano po yung mga NGO, yung mga CSO, pwede bang silang maging bahagi ng LCF?
Well, basically, LCF's membership is for, as it says in the name, corporate foundations. There are other organizations that are much broader that include, church organizations or academic institutions that are nonprofit. And LCF was basically created by members from these organizations that were like, a lot of the stuff that we do together cross-sectorally, is important, but there's also stuff that we need specifically for corporate foundations where we need our own thing, which is why League of Corporate Foundations was created. And, I mentioned about how we have the CSR Institute where we train people in CSR. And I think that's one of our biggest accomplishments is continued education for CSR practitioners. We also have members that aren't corporate foundations but are corporates with like CSR departments within it, and a lot of the times they join the league in order to learn how to set up their own foundations as well, because they want to go beyond having an in-house department to having a full foundation like we've done and like you guys have done as well.
Okay, ganun
So
pala.
speaking of that, Sir Shem, ano po ba yung kahalagaan? What is the importance of having a CSR in a company, sir?
Oo nga. That's a good question, Sir Shem.
I think the main thing is about what we're talking about, diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's about having this concept of shared prosperity. Obviously, as businesses, we're often the ones that benefit the most from economic growth. So the idea behind doing corporate social responsibility is to improve things for the community around you. Some people would label that largely as a PR stunt, and it's not exactly a fair criticism because a lot of it, every corporation is made up of individuals, and some of them really are doing it out of the goodness of the hearts and really believing in it. But when you also think about it, corporate social responsibility is also part of there is also a selfish element to that, in that, you know, when you have more people in society that are out of poverty, you know, you have more people contributing to the economy, which is a better scenario for businesses as well. By improving the lives of everybody else, by improving everyone else's situation, we're also improving the business environment.
Ako gusto ko lang tanong kay Sir Shem, pero gusto ko manggaling kay Sir Shem, Ma'am Jenny.
Sir
gusto ko
Shem.
i-explain. Pero Sir Shem, how can we choose a community or a sector that we can support sa mga programs po natin?
Oo nga, no,
Yun.
pagkapili.
Gusto ko manggaling kay Sir Shem eh. Siyempre, iba yung
Ang ganda naman ng-
iba yung mga programa po ng Vivan.
Rather than the promoter hat. But, you know, you've been there when we do our CSR 101s as well. You know, you've been a speaker. And a lot of the times what we encourage is to do projects that is related to what it is you do as a business. One of the best assets that any business has is the skills of the people that are a part of it. So, you know, in our case, we're largely an energy company, but we're also getting into water now, which is why the off-grid school electrification project made sense for us, because at that point we just gotten into rooftop solar. So it's something that we know more about than a general foundation, which might not have that expertise in the company to make sure that the program is effective. So we mentioned we have 90 plus members within the league, and it's in different businesses, you know. Another example that joins us also when we go around the country is Jollibee Foundation. They're in food, and a lot of their projects are food related, such as helping farmers bring their products to market and being the market for those vegetable farmers as well, to, you know, kitchens for disaster resilience, because if there's one thing Jollibee knows how to do, it's how to run a kitchen. So, you know, they're also a member. What we'd encourage with every business is think of what you're good at, because your skills is actually going to be the area that you can help the most effectively.
Very well said. No, ang galing, no?
Yes ba? Actually, ang ganda na sinabi ni Sir Shem, kasi katuwang po ang mga CSR, ang mga company, ang mga private ng government to elevate the quality of services that we can give sa public. Sir Shem, what is the role naman po ng local government or ng national government in terms of implementing inclusive CSR projects?
LGUs, no?
Like LGU.
Well, they're very important partners, because beyond just needing the permission, a lot of the times they're the ones that know the communities on the ground the best. You know, so in our case, of course, we have our home community here in Cebu, but we also have plants all around the country, and our people that work in the plant, of course, know that community, but so do the LGUs there. So that really becomes part of the whole collaboration. One of the things that has been launched by LCF as a collaborative project that several members are doing together is the LIFE program, which is basically an early nutrition program. And the community that has been chosen is Basilan. Again, this comes back to inclusiveness, because, of course, for the longest time, the BARM region has been excluded from our economic growth. So, you know, we chose Basilan, and we're coordinating directly with the governor.
That's good. Okay. Siguro, Sir Patrick, we would have more of mga mensahe pagbatinan when we come back, ano? Because it's 11:48, Sir Patrick. Pero bigyan daan lang muna natin, mga kasama, ang balita na ating mga radyoman, at pagbalik natin, yung mga pagbati natin, of course, message from Sir Shem, ano? Dalawang kaalyadong senador ni VP Sara pinalagan. Alamin natin muna ang detalye mula kay XL Radyoman G.S. Jairus Peña, Florida.
DZXL Radyoman Report.
Bumuwelta ang PDP laban sa hiling ng ilang grupo na mag-inhibit sa impeachment proceedings ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Sina Senator Bato de la Rosa at Senator Bongo. Sina Go at de la Rosa ay kilalang kaalyado ni VP Sara at kapwa nanungkulan noon sa administrasyon ng amang si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Ayon kay Attorney Ferdinand Topacio na siyang bagong talagang tagapagsalita ng partido, dapat idaan sa tamang channel at hindi sa media lamang kung gusto ng grupong Tindig Pilipinas na hindi lumahok ang dalawang senador. Pinuna rin ni Topacio ang sinasabing batayan para ituring na bias ang dalawang mambabatas. Ayon sa abogado, kung naniniwala silang bias ang mga ito ay dapat ding ipanawagan ng grupo na mag-inhibit ang 18 bumoto para i-remand ang articles of impeachment pabalit ng Kamara. Pero sakali anyang mangyari ito ay walang magiging quorum at hindi makakabuo ng bilang upang makonvict o maabsuelto si VP Sara. Sa huli dapat din anyang mag-inhibit ang mga senador na may kaugnayan sa political party na kinabibilangan ng koalisyon sa Kamara na bumoto para impeach si VP Sara kung ganito anya ang paninindigan ng ilang grupo. Kasama mas lungsod ng Maynila, Radyo Manchester, España, Florida, Carmen, DZXL 558.
Maraming salamat DOTR. Pinuri ang pagpapataw ng multa ng Civil Aeronautics Board sa AirAsia dahil sa sobrang singil sa pasahe sa isang booking platform. Detalye mula kay XL Radyoman Gerald Ulep.
DZXL Radyoman Report.
Yes, kasamang Jenny Pinuri ng Department of Transportation ang mabilis na aksyon ng Civil Aeronautics Board of Caba sa pagpataw ng AirAsia ng sobra-sobra at hindi makatwirang pasahe sa aeroplano sa kanilang booking platform. Ayon sa DOTR, ang ipinataw ng 6 million pesos sa bulta laban sa AirAsia ay nagpapakita lamang na hindi kinukonsinti ng gobyerno ang anumang uri ng pang-abot sa mga pasahero. Tiniyak naman ng DOTR na patuloy nilang poprotektahan ang karapatan ng mga mananakay at siguraduhin mapapanagot sa batas sa mga lalabag sa Consumer Protection Regulations. Una nang ipinag-utos ng DOTR na ipapatara ang kanilang online airline booking platform dahil sobrang taas ng sigil sa pamatahe. Sa mga kumalat na screenshots, itong booking sa AirAsia Move umabot sa 77,720 ang kabuang halagang ng ticket ng naturang airline company o itong Philippine Airlines mula Tacloban patungong Maynila para sa dalawang pasahero. Ang economy class ay nagsisimula pa lamang sa 49,507 kada isa. Pero sa opisyal na website ng PALA, ang parehong biyahe ay nagkakahalaga lamang ng humigit kumulang 12,600 pesos. Kasama mo sa San Juan City, Radyoman Gerald, di ulit sa RMN, DZXL 558.
Maraming salamat. Now let's get back to Sir Shem, Sir Patrick for our mga invitations and pagbati. Go ahead, sir. Yes,
last question ko na lang po kay Sir Shem siguro is, actually last questions rather. Sir Shem, what are the challenges and solutions in terms of how we implement or during the implementation of the inclusive CSR projects po?
Well, I think one of the big challenges is the diversity itself is the challenge, because I think when a lot of people hear the term DEI, because it's been in the international news, they're thinking of race and all of that from a sort of Western context. But here in the Philippines, we have a different situation. And we also have to consider what diversity, equity, and inclusion means within that context. As an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, we have geographical challenges. A program that addresses the needs of the urban poor in the National Capital Region is going to be done completely different from a program that addresses the needs of the rural poor. We're like I said, we're a country of 7,000 islands. Yeah. Many of those inhabited, and a lot of them are small islands that are disconnected from, the main services and the grid. So there's the geographic side as well. So I'd say that's actually one of our biggest challenges is geography. But also we were made into one country by, colonialism a long time ago. But what we were before that were a bunch of different nations, really, at the time, where another thing that's come up is the thing in education about having done mother tongue instruction until grade 3, but that being rolled back because they weren't seeing good effects. But a big part of that is also that there just aren't the materials outside of Tagalog, because we're and English. We're trying to do a library program ourselves, but we're finding it very limited, even for Bisaya, which is the second largest language. So, there are linguistic challenges as well. So I think really what the solution comes to at the end of the day, there's going to be all these different challenges depending on what the particular problem is. But the biggest solution to it is what the league stands for, which is collaborating. And one of the main things about collaborating as well isn't just that everyone is bringing their own expertise. It's also so that we're not all trying all these different approaches that might conflict. Having different approaches is great, because seeing what works and taking the best of different approaches and coming together and coming out with a better approach, that's the whole point to collaboration and to communication. You might not collaborate in that project itself, but by coming together as a league and communicating what went wrong, what went right, how can we make it better, that's how we improve everything for the communities around us.
Very well said. And
Thank
with
you so
that,
much.
Sir Shem,
Thank you so much, Sir Shem. Marami pa tayong pag-uusapan, Sir Shem.
We'll continue this.
See you next week, sir. And,
Part 2.
Opo, abangan po nila, Ma'am Jenny, mga updates po natin dito sa DZXL dahil tayo mismo ang magko-cover at kasali po tayo dyan sa LCF Expo. Sir Shem, last message, can you invite our listeners, our viewers for the updates that we will give to them for the upcoming CSR Expo 2025?
Yes, Sir Shem.
So, for your listeners, anybody who is interested in attending the full conference with all the speakers, that is from July 1 to 3 at the Dusitani in Makati. There are still spaces open, so you can check about registering on our Facebook or our website. But for the broader public, you don't need a ticket, you don't need to register anything for the expo, which is from July 1 to 2 in the Glorieta, again in Makati, just across the road from where the conference is going to be. And that's open to everybody. There's going to be some interesting events on stage. As mentioned, RMN is also going to be hosting some of those events. So we look forward to seeing you there. And once again, I just want to thank you both for having me on this program.
Thank you, sir. Have a beautiful morning. Happy weekend, sir.
Salamat, sir, and see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bago tayo magtapos, Sir Patrick, please do the honor. Batiin na natin ating mga winners. Ayan.
Sa ngalan po ni Ma'am Jenny, sa ngalan ko po, talaga tayo ni Ma'am Jenny.
Oo naman. Partner yan.
Napaka-grateful lang natin dahil gusto natin congratulations po sa ating chairman at sa ating president po ng RMN Foundation at RMN Networks po, sa ating big boss po na si Sir Eric Canoy for being awardee ng Lifetime Achievement Award ng Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas sa katatapos lang po ng 28 Golden Dove Awards. Kagabi po yan sa Aliw Theater. At bukod po dyan, congratulations po sa ating 93.9 IFM Manila for being Best FM Radio Station in Metro Manila. At congratulations din po sa ating mga radyoman po na kay Radyoman Chanel Salazar for being a finalist, being Best Field Reporter po. And kay Kuya Sander Kayabyab po sa kanyang documentary na nanalo po tayo bilang Best Documentary Program po sa radio. Diyan na yung Hanip, Harabas, El Nino Phenomenon po, mga hamon sa pagbangon, special report. Congratulations po sa RMN Networks po. And gusto ko lang batiin po ang ating blood donor po na si Teacher Robbie Conserman, sorry po, sa ating kaibigan na happy birthday po kay Teacher Robbie Conserman. Mabuhay ka hanggang gusto mo.
Ayun. And thank you, Sir Patrick. We'll see you next time, ano?
Yes po, apo.
Okay. At
salamat, Ma'am Jenny.
thank you, Sir Patrick. Sa Monday po, 2 to 3 na po ako Centro Servisyo, June 30 po. Abangan nyo. Ako po si Radyoman, Jenny Pahilanga. Sir Patrick, thank you very much sa RMN Foundation. Susunod na po